I think we're all figuring out what it means to be um, autonomous, or at least to feel like we're autonomous in the college setting.
You're reading, like really engaging philosophical texts. You're engaging in self-governance with the student body, with a group of people who are all pretty intelligent, and you're laboring. So you're like engaging with the physical world while you're sort of reading about it. So it's pretty. It's holism really that it's all about.
Part of how the school works is by giving you more responsibility than you could ever possibly handle or fulfill, and making you needed in so many ways. And that only really becomes like kind of really meaningful and really intense when there really is no outside world and Deep Springs is all there is.
There's a certain visibility to your actions here that really works in tandem with a visibility of expectations. And so people know in most cases what you need to be doing as a student at Deep Springs, and people can see whether or not you're doing it. And because everybody shares many of those obligations, I think that I've seen and felt at times an immense self-consciousness about, not even am I getting this done so that I've fulfilled fulfilled my obligations and met certain expectations, but also is it apparent to people? Is it visibly apparent to people that I'm getting it done? And even is there a way that I could be more visible in the way that I'm getting things done, or make it visible so that it appears at least that I'm getting more done than I need to be doing. And so I think that appearances are very present in the way that people think about each other. And when somebody sees another person like totally unprepared for class, or sleeping through like an irrigation line move or something like that, or not waking up to do dairy until 6, they remember it. And I don't know enough about psychology to say whether this is the way that people are, but there's got to be something going on in terms of wanting to feel superior by seeing another person's by focusing on other people's shortcomings.
So this is like this is another sort of instance of evolutionary theory that we find in these articles. This is actual evolutionary theory because it's over a large time frame. But unfortunately, on page 2, in response to the dangers of bio and nanotechnologies and all these radically transformative technologies, in addition to those that we find ourselves in the throes of, the author again says, but here's an optimistic scenario for you. In the next several decades, if the next several decades are as bad as some of us fear they could be, we can respond and survive the way our species has done time and time again by getting smarter. But this time we don't have to rely solely on natural evolutionary processes.
This is in one sense, a very judgmental place. We're constantly criticizing and judging each other, how well you speak, how well your arguments hold up, how well you prepared for class or didn't prepare for class. To the aim of, I think, self-improvement and all of us growing here. I mean, I think we want this place to be very demanding and be very hard. We wouldn't be here otherwise.
and I see in everyone a line being walked between knowing that this place is working or is valuable to the extent that you're going to commit your time to it, and then on the other side of it you have people really questioning the institution and why it runs the way it runs, and if it's really a valuable place to be. And I'm really appreciative that that attitude is shared by so many people, because it allows me to question my experience here, but also to find and engage with 23 other different reasons about why it is going to be really valuable and why this place does work.
Do you feel like the majority of people have conventional and uninspired beliefs, or do you feel like the majority of people are incapable of unconventional and inspirable
They're not
beliefs?
capable of themselves. I'm a strong believer in the muses.
Blame yourself, blame your mother, blame the sea. Blame the lover, blame psychiatry. To never know what kind of man your father be. I had wished to kept a diary.
They used to make the student driver shave his head completely bald and wear like this flowing white robe that we have in the dorm down into town, just to kind of like, I don't know, freak out the people in town and their image of us.
At first glance, it's like completely different because I live here with, you know, Hispanic mothers and their young children, and most of the other volunteers are women, so I'm in a community of mostly women and children. When I was looking at places to live, I was thinking that hopefully that would take the form of some kind of community living situation. So kind of it was like a safeguard for myself, because, you know, I'm weak and I don't trust myself to live the way that I'd like to live, you know, by myself in an apartment going to school full time. So this community kind of helps me turn outwards and get out of myself and be thinking about other people by kind of like needing me to do stuff for it all the time. And that's very similar to Deep Springs.
20 miles left to the shore. Hello, my old country, hello. Stars are just beginning to appear, and I have never in my life before been here. And it's my heart, not me, who cannot drive at its conclusion. You may ride, watching me sit here bolt upright and cry for no good reason at the eastering sky. And the tilt of this strange nation, and the will to remain for the duration, waving the flag, feeling it drag like a bump on a log, baby, like I'm in a fist fight with the fog, baby, step ball chains